What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have a very exciting news that Borussia Dortmund could be persuaded and tempted to sell Jude Bellingham in the January transfer window to Liverpool. Jan Fjörtoft, the journalist who is covering the Bundesliga, has revealed all the details, so you will get to know everything that you need to know about the latest updates around Liverpool FC. As always on my channel, every day you get a news update on Liverpool FC, so if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and of course turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest updates. And also we will have Jamie Carragher's brilliant verdict on Liverpool's absolutely disastrous performance against Brentford. Liverpool could have a chance to secure the Jude Bellingham transfer early and to actually get him ahead of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, because Jan Fjörtoft is saying that a Dortmund source, an insider, told him that for 150 million euros Dortmund could get weak and accept an offer in the January transfer window, and he will be sold in the summer, and Dortmund would accept around 120 million euros, which is around 100 million pounds. But the 150 million euros is a lot of money, 130 million pounds, but that could guarantee Liverpool basically a future Liverpool legend, a future Liverpool captain, and also it would guarantee Liverpool a player that is one of the biggest generational talents in world football. And it's an obscene amount of money, yes, for a 19-year-old, but there is no guarantee that Liverpool could secure the Bellingham transfer in the summer ahead of Real Madrid, Barcelona and Manchester City. So this way Liverpool actually are securing the transfer of Jude Bellingham in the January transfer window, and it could really galvanize Liverpool's season, who at the moment is faltering. And at the moment Liverpool's points per game ratio is pretty shocking. It's if we average this amount of points until the end of the season, then we will finish on just 62 points, which could be by far Jurgen Klopp's worst season. In his first season he finished on 60 points, but that wasn't his full season. He came in October. And also in the season where we lost all of our centre backs through injury, we finished on 69 points, but that was still enough to finish in third place. This time I think around 75 points could be needed for a top 4 finish, and at the moment Liverpool are far away from that. And Bellingham can play as a defensive midfielder, as a box-to-box midfielder, as an attacking midfielder. He would instantly supply some much needed versatility and much needed intensity in the middle of the park, not to mention some really highly sought after dynamism that Liverpool have been lacking. I've been looking through the midfield options for Liverpool, and Fabinho is 28, but his form has been up and down. Thiago, Henderson, James Milner, too old, and they can't really run for days. They can't really match the intensity of some of the Premier League teams. The other players, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, they are injury prone, and the others, Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho, Curtis Jones, are too young and too raw to provide a real quality week in, week out, consistently, and in the Liverpool midfield. So Liverpool's midfield, the mix of midfielders that Liverpool have is really strange. We have a lot of numbers, but we don't have a lot of real quality, and we also don't have a lot of players in their prime who are not injury prone. And I think Naby Keita should start until Jordan Henderson gets back. But even if when Henderson is back, I would start Naby Keita in a lot of games, because he has more creativity, more intensity and more energy than Jordan Henderson. And yes, 130 million pounds in the January transfer window seems like a lot of money, but we would pay 100 million pounds for Jude Bellingham anyway in the summer. So that extra 30 million pounds could guarantee Liverpool, or not guarantee, but give Liverpool a big chance to finish in the top 4. Around 86% of the fan base, everywhere I saw the votes on Twitter, 86% of the Liverpool fan base thinks if Liverpool don't sign a midfielder in the January transfer window, we are not finishing in the top 4. And I'm in that camp. I'm in that 86%. I think Liverpool have no chance of finishing in the top 4. if we don't sign a midfielder. So why not secure Bellingham early? Why not get him in the January transfer window? Yes, we are overpaying him for a little bit, but even a 130 million pounds would seem like a good deal in 5, 6, 7 years when Jude Bellingham delivered, breathtaking world-class performances year after year at Liverpool, and he is a future Liverpool captain, and he can lift the Premier League, the Champions League and all the other cups with Liverpool in the next 10 years many times. And when that career unfolds the way I outlaid for you guys, I think 130 million wouldn't seem like a crazy amount of money for a player as talented as Jude Bellingham. That's my opinion. Also, yesterday's version of the IS newspaper, which is a Spanish news outlet, they provided the update that Jude Bellingham's preference is to move to Real Madrid. Right now they are saying that he's flirting with Real Madrid, but Real Madrid face stiff competition from the Premier League. And the news outlet revealed that Liverpool are without the doubt the club that can put the operation at risk for Real Madrid. It is stated by the Spanish newspaper AS that Liverpool have made contact with Borussia Dortmund to agree a deal for Jude Bellingham, and the German side are demanding 100 million euros a base fee and another 40 million euros in add-ons. So that's around 140 million euros. That's almost the same that Janage Fjørtoft is saying that Dortmund would demand around 150 million euros in total, but that will be in installments, I think, and that would be just a huge deal, but a deal that I think is worth it when you consider the talent and also the incredible potential of Jude Bellingham. And according to the newspaper, Jude Bellingham will hold a final meeting with the Dortmund CEO and the Dortmund sporting director to make the final decision on his future, whether he's staying at Dortmund and extending his contract or leaving. But I think there is very little chance for Jude Bellingham to stay at Dortmund. And there is a story in the Athletic newspaper as well that Bellingham could join Liverpool soon. Bellingham's future won't be resolved until the summer, and Chelsea are fully aware they face an uphill battle to sign him, but I think Chelsea will be out of the race as soon as they sign Enzo Fernandez in the January transfer window. Apparently Chelsea agreed a deal with Fernandez, and they are trying to agree a deal with Benfica for the transfer of Enzo Fernandez in the January transfer window. And I don't think Liverpool will sign both Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez. That's a pipe dream. That would cost around 250 million euros in total. Even though Liverpool have that money, I don't think the owners would sanction that spending. Chelsea have instead turned their attention to Enzo Fernandez, and Fabrizio Romano shared yesterday that Chelsea will try to close the deal for the Argentinian. And Liverpool need to sign a midfielder in the January transfer window to help them finish in the top 4. Otherwise, we would have no chance of getting Bellingham. And also, Carragher told Sky Sports, people keep talking about Jude Bellingham, and rightly so. He's going to be one of the best players in world football. If Liverpool don't get top 4, then that's going to be a problem. But for me, which is maybe as important as a Bellingham type, if you get him, would be for Liverpool to sign a Wijnaldum type of player. It's absolutely crazy that Wijnaldum left Liverpool 3 years ago, and Liverpool still haven't replaced him properly. That type of player who alongside Fabinho can protect the back 4 and stop players running through the midfield towards that defense. When you look at the age profile of a lot of players within the Liverpool squad, they've got a lot of players in their 30s or coming into their 30s who have been great for the club, but that is one of the reasons why the ownership is up for sale. So they are looking for investment because Liverpool are going to need to go big in the summer. Liverpool need to spend at least 200 million pounds in the summer. You look at what Chelsea and Man United spent in the summer. They are still not close to winning the title. So it shows you the kind of funds that you need to compete at the top of the league. Liverpool year in, year out have sort of sold someone, bought someone. But I think this is the case now. Liverpool need to spend about 200 million in the summer, no question about it. I'm not saying that in terms of that's the secret to success. There's a lot of teams who have shown that doesn't necessarily work. But Liverpool need to sign maybe 3 midfielders, and not necessarily all to play, but Keita, Oaks, and even James Milner, they will be out of contract in the summer. The age of Thiago, who is quite injured quite a lot. Thiago is 31, Henderson is 32 to maybe 33 now already. Fabinho 28, 29. Liverpool need 3 midfielders, and when you are talking about real quality, you need at least 40-50 million on those type of players per player, I would imagine. So that's instantly 150 million pounds, and if we sign any other player, that's easily 200 million needing to be spent. And then the arrival of new midfielder must be a priority for the January transfer window. And if FSG are not willing to cope with the spending that is needed in the Premier League, they should sell Liverpool as soon as possible to owners who have the money and the ambition to keep up with Premier League and with also what is required for Liverpool to be competitive. Liverpool, we don't want to end up like Arsenal, when in 2005 under Arsene Wenger, Arsenal prioritized maybe a stadium instead of investing into their playing squad, and their brilliant invincible squad got older, some of them left, and then Arsenal were in decline, and sooner they found themselves out of the top 4, and Arsene Wenger got sacked, who was the Arsenal's best ever manager. Jurgen Klopp is not Liverpool's best ever manager right now, but he's up there with the likes of Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, and I don't want Jurgen Klopp's reign to end like with a whimper. I want Jurgen Klopp to go out with a bang and win a lot of trophies in the next 3 years, and with the right kind of investment, it can happen. And Jamie Carragher said this after the Brentford defeat: Liverpool have bought one midfield player in 4.5 years in Thiago. It's coming back to haunt them now. Thiago is not a problem if the other 2 players are full of energy and stopping counter-attacks. People talk about Jude Bellingham, but Liverpool don't have a problem going forward. They need a player to stop the opposition coming right through them. Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho, great technical players, but they don't look like Jurgen Klopp players. Fabinho is getting older. Your Jordan Henderson has not got the energy of old. James Milner, he's 36, 37 years old. And the transfer committee and Jurgen Klopp have been loaded more than any scouting or recruitment department in world football. This is on them. To allow the team that was competing for 4 trophies last season to be fighting for top 4 because the midfield has only had 1 signing in 4 years, they are absolutely running on fumes. How has it been allowed to happen? They have signed Cody Gakpo. If Liverpool think they can make top 4 without signing a midfield player in this window, they have got no chance. When I watch Liverpool now, Jamie Carragher continued, and certainly in midfield, it feels like Jurgen Klopp's team is morphing into something else. The only team it reminds me of is when I played against Arsenal under Arsene Wenger. They were a great football team, but their actual pace and physicality, teams could not cope with it. Then that team morphed into something really technical, and they never won a big trophy again. I don't know if there is an influence from Pep Ynders, who is Jurgen Klopp's number 2, and he has a huge say in what goes on as well. Maybe a Dutch way of thinking, getting players on the ball, thinking Liverpool need to keep tweaking things because people are used to them. For me, from minute 1 of Jurgen Klopp's era against Tottenham, teams were sprinting all over the pitch. When I don't see Liverpool sprinting and closing down teams, they are still playing with this high line. It is like this. It's not the Liverpool team under Jurgen Klopp. It's not a Jurgen Klopp team now, and I want to know why. And yeah, Liverpool definitely need to go big in the summer. And there is nothing new for Liverpool defensively, Carragher said. They have been a shambles all season. It is so easy to go through the middle of them. I think they have conceded more big chances than any other team in the Premier League this season, which is absolutely unforgivable. There were 2 teams who conceded more big chances than Liverpool, but they aren't competing in the top half of the table. Liverpool have conceded 51 clear chances in the Premier League this season. Incredibly, that is more than twice as many as any of the 5 teams above them in the table. So something is fundamentally very wrong with Liverpool's defending and the midfield. The midfield is just letting the teams run through them too easily. And if it wasn't for Alisson, who is the best goalkeeper in the world, Liverpool would have conceded 10, 15, 20 goals more. And the fact that Liverpool conceded now more goals than Everton shows that it has been absolute shambolic defensively the whole season so far. And Virgil van Dijk, according to Jamie Carragher, it was a lack of pace, but also he did not sort his feet out when he lost the foot race to Mbeumo before Brentford scored from their first corner. Van Dijk was not ready for that ball in behind, and then he's going from a stand-start. Even when they were at their best, the opposition were going through once a game. Now it is happening 3, 4, 5 times a game that the opposition are going through the Liverpool defense, and they have given themselves so much to do so often this season. And Jurgen Klopp had to make changes at halftime. It was an unacceptable 45 minutes. Andy Robertson, with his energy and his drive bombing forward, brought something within 5 minutes that was sadly lacking in that first half. And if Liverpool would have scored 2 of the Darwin Núñez chances, one was scored but it was offside, and the first one Darwin Núñez should have scored. Ben Mee made a brilliant block on the line, and the Darwin Núñez had 16 shots in the past 3 games, 7 shots on target, I think 7 or 8 big chances missed. Darwin Núñez is not scoring the chances that Diogo Jota would score, these chances, at least a lot, like half of them, and he needs to start scoring soon. Otherwise, when Jota and Diaz comes back and Darwin Núñez keeps firing blanks, Liverpool could be out of the top 4 race by the time we get Diaz and Jota back. Let me know what they think about everything that we talked about in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.